Dear all, welcome to the lesson number 5 in our SQL account series. You remember previous lessons we learned about how to open the database, how to do some transaction, and for today we reach to the issue payment for our suppliers and receive payment for our customers. In lesson number 5, we have 4 topics we're going to discuss: issue supplier payment, issue supplier credit note, issue customer payment, and issue customer credit note. So first, let's go about the supplier payment. In our example here, if you remember, we're still using same example, same company, to make sure that we are following in the same database. Our task number 1 for lesson number 5 is issue the following payment to your supplier. Assume you pay by cash at bank. It means you are paying from your bank account. This is the supplier name, the date, the payment of the account, and here is offsetting from which invoices, the check which you do the payment, number of the check, the document number which is for our referencing, and the amount. How we issue this payment? We go to our system, we sign in as usual, we go to the supplier, we go supplier payment. So the first task is paying for supplier, we go supplier payment, then we issue new. You will see here we have one old supplier payment, if you remember this one, which we did when we were doing the opening balance. So we go new, we choose a supplier, first supplier is a deluxe supplier. As mentioned earlier, we don't modify anything in the names, in the invoice number or the document number, let it to be auto-generated. Then let's go for the date. Date is 15 February 2017. So it's February 15, 2017. Then the payment, as we mentioned here, they said do the payment from the bank. So this one we select the bank. The check number we already have it here. Then we will see that we need to key in the amount. Paid amount, it's 2,400. So after we key in the amount, we need to see that we need to decrease from which invoice, okay? Because normally when we are following the payment of customers and suppliers, we have to attach it with invoices. To know that which invoice we paid, which invoice we didn't pay yet, to organize our work better. And you will notice here, they mention knocked off the invoices by FIFO, which is first in, first out, which means we have to knock off the old invoices first, then the new one. So we start with this invoice, then this invoice. We will notice that now this invoice, outstanding finished, this is the invoice of 2017, not yet. If we do the vice versa, if we start the 2017 invoice, we knock off, then we go for the second one, which already balance is not enough, you will see that the outstanding of each invoice will be different. So we have to follow the procedures of our example, which is knock off based on the FIFO, which is first in, first out. It means we have to knock off. It means we have to manage the balance of the old invoice first, then the new invoice. Then we put save. So like this, we finish the first payment for the supplier. Let's go for the second payment. We put new. The second payment is for the Lian Huat supplier. The date is 25th of February, so we have February 25th, 2017. Then we pay by Maybank. What is the this is the account, this is the check number. Then the amount we pay 1,220. We have these two invoices we need to knock off from here is giving you from which one you need to knock off. So normally we knock off the old, then the new. So this is the old, then the new, then the balance will be what is left here, the outstanding balance. Okay, then we click save, then we go for the last payment, which is for the New York Mart. Then this one, if you remember, it's in US dollar. So the New York Mart, we have just, don't forget to change the rate to 4.3. Okay, no, sorry, we don't change the rates. First we choose a supplier, then we check the date, which is 1st of March. So March 1st, 2017. The rate, it will be deducted itself, don't worry. That will be arranged itself by the system. So we just go, we put the supplier, we put the date, then we put the payment is by the Maybank, then this is a check number. Then we put the amount paid, which is 880. And after we put the payment amount, we knock off the full of the invoice, because here they mention we have this 880 is the full invoice. Issue 280 to New York Mart using Maybank for fully knock off of the 203 USD invoice. So this invoice is full knocked off. So you will notice how the system automatically modify the rate. So again, when we have payment for our foreign supplier, sure, we are paying using our currency. We choose a supplier, we choose a date, we choose the payment method, we put the amount we pay in the ringgit, then we decide how much we want to knock off from the invoice. In our example is a full invoice. Then the system automatically will decide that this amount of money, based on that $203, when we convert it to 880 ringgit, so this is the rate. We click save. You will notice a new pop-up menu show. It will show you how much you gain or lost due to the currency rates different. You just click OK, then your transaction saved. So like this, we learn how to do payment for suppliers. Also, for task number 2 in this lesson, let's continue it with the same video. We notice that there is 95 ringgit were overcharged on the bill from the supplier. A credit note is received on 28 February. So this supplier, he charged us extra. So we need to decrease from his balance. What we go? We go to the supplier credit note. We put a new, put a new. Then we choose the supplier. The supplier is a deluxe supplier. Then we choose a date 28th of February. So is February 28, 2017. Then after that, we select, let's see, we have this supplier is the account, so we have to select the account. The general ledger is as mentioned here. Purchases of accessories. Okay, this is we choose this account to reduce from the supplier. And this supplier, actually, we put it here under the purchases of accessories. The description we need to change to overcharged bill. So we deduct from this account the overcharged bill. We put the amount as we have is 95 ringgit. Then after we put the amount, we need to knock off from which invoice we have this bill. Actually, for this supplier, notice we have only one bill. So like this, we reduce the outstanding balance of this bill. If you remember, this bill, we already have it. We pay part of it. outstanding of this bill is 895. We deduct from this 895 95 ringgit, which was overcharged. Then we click save. So don't forget to knock off the invoice, then click save. So like this, we reduce the balance which the supplier having with us, and the first part of lesson number 5 already done. See you in next topic.